Hello everyone, welcome to TTV News with some latest events in the province, and now we come into details. Ladies and gentlemen, according to the agricultural restructuring project of TayNinhTV province with a vision to 2030, the agricultural sector needs to quickly change the structures of crop and livestock to match the trends of rapidly decreasing agricultural labor and growing demands and getting age.
The source of the agricultural labor in TayNinhTV province is on a decreasing trend. If in 2012, the proportion of agricultural laborers accounted for 44% of the total number of workers, but now it has decreased to 37%. The reduced laborers in agriculture are usually young, healthy, and capable of workers, so the remaining laborers in agriculture are few and tend to age. Very few workers directly engaged in agriculture receive training from schools, not even equipped basic techniques or farming or animal husbandry. Meanwhile, the agricultural development goal of the province requires knowledge of new technology, food safety and hygiene, and market economy. The shortage of highly qualified human resources leads to a lack of ideas and insufficient ability to implement the sustainable development management and construction organization, which is considered a problem that needs to be addressed and resolved in the province agricultural sector. The agricultural restructure project in the province with a vision to 2030 identifies that it is necessary to transform the structure of crops and livestock to match the trend of rapidly decreasing and getting age in agricultural labor. Recently, the People's Committee of Tân Lập Commune, Tân Bình District held a preliminary review of the 6 months of the foreign relations works in the 4 communes of Caret, Trofen Plong, Da Tari belonging to Phong Hi Caret and Mid-Mot District, the Kingdom of Cambodia. In the first 6 months of the year, the functional forces of the two sides always maintain a solidarity and friendly relationship, regularly exchange information, maintain political stability in the border area, especially coordinate to maintain security and order in the border area before, during, and after the election of the Commune Work Council, term the 5th of 2022 of the neighboring country, visiting and congratulating on the occasion of the holidays traditional date of the two nations of Vietnam and Cambodia, promote trade cooperation and visit relatives as well as cultural exchanges, and thereby enhancing the traditional solidarity and friendship relationship between Tân Lập Commune and bordering communes. On this occasion, the leaders of the two sides exchanged the gifts to show the solidarity, friendship between the two nations. In order to complete the goal of granting 100% citizen identity to the citizens residing in the province, the police force of administrative management of social order, TayNinhTV public security, and police of the district, town, and TayNinhTV city goes to each house, transport the elderly, disabled, sick, and difficult to work to carry out procedures for issuance of citizen identification with a chip. And in the morning of September 17, at the police headquarters of the communes and wards, these people were taken to carry out procedures for issuance of citizen identification with a chip. At the same time, the police of professional units and local police will continue to review and make a list of citizens who have not yet had a citizen identification, who have not changed their citizen IDs with a chip, to continue campaigning and create conditions for the people to come for registration in the coming days.
The People Committee of Trảng Bàng Town had just had a conference to evaluate the implementation of the Social Economic Development Plan in the first 9 months of the year, and they laid the key tasks in the last 3 months of 2022.
And in the first 9 months of 2022, the socio-economic development of Trảng Bàng Town continued to be developed stably and achieved many important results. The total production value of some major industry is estimated at more than 25,000 billion Vietnam dong, an increase of more than 16% over the same period. The total state budget revenue is estimated at more than 241 billion Vietnam dong, reaching about 104% of the yearly estimate. The capital construction investment allocation is nearly nearly 167 billion Vietnam dong, reaching 100% of the plan, and granting jobs for nearly 2,600 employees, reaching more than 80%. Mobilized the fund for the poor over 3.5 billion Vietnam dong, reaching over 300% of the site target, building 19 race solidarity houses with a total of more than 1.2 billion Vietnam dong. The situation of security, order, and social safety in the inland and border area is also stable. And Mr. Trần Anh Minh, chairman of the People's Committee of Trang Bang Town, suggested that in the coming time, agencies, units, and localities in the town should focus on improving the public duties while perform the medical examination and treatment, urban development program, new rural construction, focus on completing the site clearance works, promoting the application of digital transformation, issuance of citizen identification cards with chips.
Ladies and gentlemen, the TayNinh Forest Protection Department has just coordinated with Forest Management Board to survey the current status of forests in special use, protection and reduction forests in TayNinh Province.
The mission examined and recorded the types of forest ecosystems, the typical forest types of the Southeast, the forest plant and animal resources, threats affecting the forest resources, program of research, science conservation, environmental education, and co-tourism in Logo Samak National Park, inspect and records the typical forest ecosystem, forest plant and animal resources in Dầu Tiếng Protection Forest, especially the implementation of the contracting for afforestation, forest protection, and zoning for generation agroforestry production in Tân Châu District, inspect and record typical forest ecosystem, plant and animal resources in Bà Đen Mountain Special Yield Forest and Production Forest in Châu Thành District. The delegation also learned more information about the household contracted to protect, plant, and take care of the forests in the province. Tân Châu District Farmer Association, in collaboration with the Tân Thành Commune Farmer Association, has just dispersed funds to support farmers to rise the goals. In this phase, Tân Thành Commune has 15 households getting allowance with a total amount of 300 million Vietnam dong, of which the district capital of 100 million Vietnam dong, the commune capital is about 200 million Vietnam dong. The allowance amount per household is 20 million Vietnam dong, and the allowance period is about 24 months. The interest rate is 0.7% per month. The purpose of the allowance is to implement the project of growth rising. Mr. Nguyễn Ngọc Tính, Vice Chairman of Tân Châu District Farmers Association, Head of District Farmers Support Funds Executive Board, suggests that the household have to use capital for the right purpose and at the same time fully participate in training sections to transfer the funds to farmers, science and technology exchange to get experiences in goals rising process to improve the project's efficiency.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Farmers Association in Trường Hòa Khmer, Hòa Thành Thao, in recent years has always been the leading unit of the town's emulations movement. Many farmers members are also being received loans to raise livestock and increase production.
The number of members is increasing in both quality and quantity among typical examples, contributing to the common results. Mr. Phạm Minh Thông, Chairman of Trường Hòa Commune Farmer Association, with many years of working in the role of Deputy Chief of the Commune Police, when he changed his job to the Chairman of Trường Hòa Commune Farmer Association, Mr. Phạm Minh Thông quickly learned from the experiences of those who had get the position before and reps and directed those who have gone before him the activities of the association movement, and there were many timely proposals to local leaders and the level association. And currently, in the total number of farmers in Trường Hòa Commune is more than 2,000 people. The annual construction work of the association has met and exceeded the target. Mr. Thông also researched and built models such as converting from association to association of professional farmers. Currently, there are 23 associations and 2 branches in the commune that have gone into operation effectively. In addition to the job, he also proposed the Farmers Association of the town and the province to handle loan project for each household in the commune. And currently, the commune has assessed 3 projects at the grassroots, provincial, and central levels with an amount of more than 1.4 billion Vietnam dong, and thereby, the majority of the farmer members in the commune have direct access to capital for farming and production, reducing the poor household, increasing the better of households, and eliminates certain disadvantaged households. The association also cooperates with 3 banks, namely Linvic Post Bank, Bank for Social Policy, Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, to support the farmer members to borrow loans for farming and animal husbandry, ensuring the interest payment on time. The Farmers Association members, as like Mr. Thong here, support many models and then borrow money from the model to another. All have the Farmers Association people choice to support their families. They were miserable and did not have the capital to work. And from Mr. Tai and then to Mr. Thong to support and raise the capital. In addition, Mr. Thong and the Commune Farmers Association have actively taken care of the lives of farmer members during the COVID-19 pandemic, combined with the communal mass organization to strongly mobilize donation for money, rice, vegetables, and fruits, etc., to organize 47 trips to zero cost to the poor and disadvantaged families. He also personally campaigned strongly for sponsor, visited, and relayed 3 checkpoints in the area. The donation of nearly 40 gifts and essential food, such as tens of thousands of eggs, more than 3,000 kilograms of vegetables and fruits of all kinds, with a total purchase of nearly 80 million Vietnam dong. And was been constantly studied in predecessors. Besides, I also guided and directed by the Superior of Farmers Association to help them achieve their goals, self-improvement, and excellent completion of assigned tasks. Mr. Thong participates in the association activities very actively, contributing to the town society, becoming stronger and stronger as the emulation movement launched by the association branch. Trung Hoa Unit is always at the top, and he is of the best examples, the typical of the grassroots farmers association, always at the forefront of the association movements. Toward the association will set an example for companies to replicate of other units to follow. And for his contribution to the activities of the Farmers Union and other social movements, Mr. Thong has received the Certificate of Merit from the Central Committee of Vietnam Farmers Association in 2021, the Certificate of Merit from the People's Committee of the Ninh Province in 2022, and many certificates of merit from the People's Committee of Ho Tan Châu and the locality.
The audience that on for TTV News today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.